Hey YouTube, I'm back for another daily D&T. Let's jump into those things. Let's shake off that loss from that Grixis Plague Engineer control deck from yesterday. I'll be keeping this hand. This hand is not stellar though. Like, the Mother of Runes is great, but I don't really have a good turn 2 play. And I don't have the double white for the turn 3 Sanctum Prelate, which I would really like. So we're playing against Reanimator. Do I want to throw away my Mother of Runes so that if I top deck a Thalia or Revoker or Stoneforge that I can do it next turn? I don't think porting next turn is going to do actually anything. So let's play towards a world where I can actually win this game. So that's an unmasked me. I don't really care about the cards in my hand. This probably goes right here. Yep. No Bayou. So there's going to be sideboard Abrupt Decays. And I probably can't beat that. Especially if they just dump another creature and do it again. In what world do I win now? Probably no world. I don't think porting them is going to do jack. I can draw so many cards. Do I play towards them drawing too many cards and potentially beating with Factory? No. Like, still go back up to 20 life and they can draw 14 cards and still be out of a range of a Factory. So I guess I am porting and it just feels terrible. Yikes. I don't think I have a surgical. I have a couple of rest in pieces. I'm not super well prepared for Reanimator. And maybe I should be, because conceptually I think it'd be good right now. Everyone's derping around with Ren and 6 Plague Engineers, the Astrolabe card, or whatever it's called, that does stuff with snow mana. Alright, so I think I have to draw Caracas and Swords to Plowshares, and my opponent needs to have no more things. Yikes! Alright, Needle in, Chalice in, Paths, Rest in Peace in, Relic Order, probably not, but I'll think about it. And Council Judgment is also pretty slow, but we'll see how I feel about it. So I'll probably end up junking my moms, junking most or all of my Stoneforge Mystic package. Probably end up junking a Flicker Wisp, and probably end up junking a land. Forgotten Port's not usually the best use of your mana in the early game, and if you make it to the late game, you've probably won anyway. So there's other ways that I can consider sideboarding. I can consider keeping moms in and trying to like wall Grizzlebrands with mom plus flyer. But Pithing Needle on Grizzlebrand plus removal spell is also a viable strategy in that regard. Brumaz isn't stellar here. Relic Order is really narrow. It's basically only for Animate Dead and a couple of sideboard cards that could pop up. So I think I'd like to keep in one mom over that. When I'm on the play, the Council's Judgment is questionable, but probably fine. When I'm on the draw, less so. There's some wiggle room with how to sideboard here, but I think I'm going to run this. I would like to play first. This is good against one piece of discard, and I guess that's fine, so I'll keep this. But we just, we can't beat a turn 1. So we'll lose one of Thalia or Chalice here. And I guess I should have considered playing Factory on turn 1 to play around double discard spell on me and still do something with my mana, but I guess Porting is just as good, so I guess it's whatever. Yeah, there's a second discard spell, that one takes the Thalia. Porting and Revoking Grizzlebrand are probably about the same in terms of power level. I'm going to revoke Grizzlebrand. That unfortunately does mean if they have Entomb, that they would Entomb for something else other than Grizzlebrand. But hopefully I've got that covered. Well, I guess I'll play this. There's a couple of things you can name there. You can name Pack Rat if you want. You can name Grim Lavamancer. Hex Drinker is not one that I would have named. Not gonna lie to you. Is this a thing? What does this get? Would like to read this card. Can I really not? This is embarrassing, Moto. Protection from instants, protection from everything. Okay. So next turn they get to turn this into a 4/4 and I can't attack in anymore. Am I willing to trade my Revoker on Grizzlebrand for that? I think the answer is yes, with the hope that I draw a white source to blink my Pithing Needle. Not willing to trade my land for it. Let's stop faithless looting. Apparently named the wrong fetch land. Hex Drinker, though. Oh, what a world we live in. Alright, so your last card, what is Rotting Regisaur? Okay. 5 life, you say? White source, please. Not a white source. Oh, this is bad. I am just going to, like, die to just beats from none. Grizzlebrand things. So I can double port my opponent. They can't go up to 8 counters. I can take 11 damage, go to 5. They hopefully hold some stuff back. Otherwise, I can hold 2 bodies back to block Hex Drinker, but then my opponent just crashes in with the Regisaur. I think it's better to port twice. Yeah, I think I'm just done if I don't draw a white source. Yeah, so like now, with a land that gets protection from everything and I can't beat it, I'm in the mode where I have to start chump blocking. So probably lose my factory to this turn. Take 4, go to 1. Oh wait, I have... So if this gets 3 counters on it, it gets protection from everything. And then I die. So I need to double port, which means I'm losing my Revoker this turn. Well, the Rotting Regisaur is sweet. I guess I could have waited until after the Regisaur trigger happened to do that, to, effectively tax 1 more mana. Alright, so there's just like a bunch of those in the deck now. I don't even know if there's going to be like Grizzlebrands in there anymore. Maybe this is like close to full-on transformational. Where there's now minimal reanimation. Palace Jail. Oh no, Palace Jailer wouldn't be a sweet draw. Do I have outs? So I have to... Okay. So now I can Council's Judgment away this, chump block this, and try to get back in the game somehow. So now I need like Palace Jailer, Swords to Plowshares. That's probably not relevant, but I'm going to do it. I'm more scared of Hex Drinker than Grizzlebrand right now. Come on, deck. You can do it. Wah, 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 wah. Boom. Well, my opponent's sideboard package was sweet. I totally respect that, and I hope you enjoyed today's daily D&T. Consider supporting it in the future if you did. Cheers!